over this. What?
You just said Lexi.
Yeah, sure. That's plural for Lexus.
Okay, Pops, we're back and better than ever.
And freezing, as you can tell.
Freezing, yes.
Yeah.
Because your apartment, your condo has no insulation, but that's okay.
But it does. It does have some real wind chill. What's the word I'm looking for?
I have no clue.
I don't know. Problems.
So here's the deal. My dad told me that it would cost, I don't know, how much would it cost to replace your screen doors?
My sliding doors, about $10,000.
All right, so we only need to shout out findthebestcarprice.com about another 100 times, and we can fund. It's like a GoFundMe essentially for my dad's sliding doors. Findthebestcarprice.com/insider. Link down below. Aggregating, deal finding, incentive finding. I couldn't think of another word. Damn, it's a rough morning. Go to the link below. Click the link. Findthebestcarprice.com. Thank you, Jeff. And we have 99 more promos until we get some new sliding doors.
Findthebestslidingdoors.com/save raise cold.
All right, Dad. So title of today's video, we're talking about a shakeup at the top of the luxury market. Okay, you've sold luxury cars for a long time. I mean, throughout your career, you spent time at Audi, you spent time at Acura. I'm trying to think if you sold any other A-brand luxury cars, but you sold luxury cars.
Mercedes,
yep.
Yeah, for 56 days or whatever it was. Yeah.
So, Dad, break the news, share the news with us. It wasn't Volvo, it wasn't Audi, it wasn't BMW, it wasn't Mercedes-Benz. It was Lexus at the top of the third quarter for most sold units, correct?
Lexus did have the most luxury sales in the United States in the third quarter. Now, having said that, they don't have the most luxury sales in the United States for the year, just in the third quarter. And in the third quarter, they sold 75,285 new Lexi, okay, which was a 2% increase over this. What?
You just said Lexi?
Yeah, sure. That's plural for Lexus. You didn't know that. I make it up. What can I say? So anyway, that was a 2% increase over the same quarter last year. It is, however, a 13.1% decrease year to date. Okay? Now, the number 2 selling luxury brand in the third quarter was Mercedes-Benz at 69,631 units, which was a 9.4% decrease over the same third quarter period last year. However, they're only down 12.2% for the year. And BMW was close behind Mercedes at 69,570 units sold, 61 less than Mercedes-Benz. Here's the disturbing part for BMW. Their drop-off was 16.2% in the third quarter, and their year-to-date drop-off is 24.1%.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty substantial. To have lost a quarter of your new car sales through the first 9 months.
Question for you. Is it
Yes.
because of, so are the rankings the way they are because of production capabilities? Or, I guess it's an and/or. Is it less of the fake sales? Because we did a video recently talking about BMW getting caught, with the fraud. Like, I imagine their precipitous drop-off of 25% is probably because they had a lot of sold cars last year that weren't actually sold, and now they're not doing as much. Like, or is it simply a reflection of production capabilities?
Well, part of it is the production capabilities for the German brands. Their plants in both the United States and Europe were shut down. And so they haven't been able to ramp up production as quickly or as significantly as say, some of your Asian brands like Toyota and Lexus. So part of it was an inventory issue and a production issue. And I would think for BMW, part of it would be that, well, they have to spend more time reporting legitimate sales now, as opposed to the illegitimate ones that they got caught doing in the past. So yes, I think for BMW, it's a combination of the two. For Mercedes-Benz, it's just a function of production ability or capabilities at the moment. And so I think that's part of it. It's just amazing to me, that BMW, because of their past issues, can be off almost 25% year over year for the first 3 quarters.
Have you ever managed a dealership when sales were that bad year over year? Like, I'm trying to think back to recession times, or
yes.
I know sometimes some stories from the mini dealership where things were rough. Like,
no, I will share a story with you from Acura days at Acura North Scottsdale in Scottsdale, Arizona, during the Great Recession, where we were averaging selling 104 new cars a month. My last full month there, we sold 52. And I was...
That's half.
Last time I checked, yes. And I was given the option of taking a buyout from them and giving up my position, or keeping my position for another month with the proviso, the caveat that I had to make sure that we sold 80 new cars that month. Well, that wasn't happening. We were in the middle of a recession. So, I took their rather generous buyout. And I left, I think it was the first week of June. By that August, the sales at the Acura store, they had reported 18 new cars sold in August. So that gives you some indication as to how bad things can get during some troubling times. I presided over a 50% reduction in sales. Ultimately, it was about an 82% reduction in sales. So yeah, I've had the unfortunate task of running a store during bad times. But if you've spent as much time in the retail automobile business as I have, there's cycles. There's always cycles. In the early 80s, we had a credit crunch. A good rate for a loan in the early 80s was 14 to 18%. Mortgages. I remember getting a mortgage for a house that I bought, that it was a variable mortgage at 12%, and it could go up God knows what. And the hope was that mortgage rates would eventually come down and I could refinance. But that was, it's just part of the business cycle. So if you spend as much time as I have in this industry, yes, you've managed through good times and bad. And you just have to adjust when you're in the bad.
One final question for you, Dad. Are Lexus dealerships sitting pretty right about now? Like, if you were managing a Lexus dealership, you're making good money, everything's happy and swell. And are BMW dealerships, the opposite? Because I think you've told me some of your BMW friends, they're making good money right about now. Oh,
no, they are making good money. And here's an interesting quote from a BMW dealer in this article. BMW used sales have been very strong. I think it's eating the new car demand because of the inventory shortage. That quote comes from Mark Cohen, who is the vice president of Priority One Automotive Group in Maryland. They operate two major BMW stores. And God bless Mark, a former boss of mine. If he's telling you that used car sales, and I know from having talked to other members of their team, that new car sales are going nuts. It's just a function of inventory and how it impacts things.
Exactly.
But
I think
Lexus is doing well because of their crossovers at the moment. The RX is doing really well, the NX, and even their new ES sedan, which is what's helping. Here's the real key for any brand. the success or failure of a brand depends on product. When you have new or refreshed product that comes out, sales go up. When your product becomes stale and stagnant, sales drop until you come out with new and improved product again. And Lexus is in that cycle of coming out with all their new products. BMW is, because of the shortage of production capability, in a stagnant mode at the moment. Won't stay there, but that's just the mode at the moment.
For sure, for sure.
Yes.
All right, Pops. Well, I appreciate your time as always, and thanks for talking through this with me.
You know, hopefully the next time we chat, we have an Indian summer type of day, and I can do this bare chested.
Oh, jeez. You're gonna get ads removed from the video because it's gonna get flagged.
Well, so much for those new sliding doors.
See you, Dad.
Love you, handsome. Talk to you later.
Yeah, I love you too.
Bye-bye.